Back to Intrendia's. Amazon is down 7% since recent highs from 189 to 176 as of recording. Is this stock going lower in the short term? There are some technical analysis readings suggesting bearish times ahead for Amazon. So let's jump right into what we're seeing on the technical charts here. What I am seeing first is a bearish RSI divergence pattern where the RSI experiences lower highs. So here we have a high and then a much lower high. This is from April to today. So we're going to take this piece of data right here, go back to the upper chart, and instead we're going to see higher highs on the Amazon stock price. So here we see higher highs while the RSI makes lower highs, suggesting a divergence between the closing price of Amazon and then the RSI divergence itself. This is a bearish pattern. Next, I'm also seeing a double top pattern. Basically, I'm seeing an M pattern for Amazon where we come up here, down, up, and then down again. This can potentially break this neck point right here, and then we could potentially see some more downside in the near term. And finally, we also have a volume gap right here. This occurred after the earnings report for February 1st, and we see this large gap in stock price. Potentially, the stock will have to return to fill that gap in the near term. So here, let's recap. We drew the double top pattern, a M stock chart pattern that can suggest bearish times ahead, a bearish RSI divergence pattern where we see lower highs on the RSI while the stock makes higher highs. Finally, we have the volume gap as well, suggesting that the candlestick chart pattern needs to fulfill that gap. Now, as an example of this, why don't we go to XPO stock? This is a trucking company, and we also experienced recently the stock making higher highs on the closing, while the RSI itself has been declining for the beginning of 2024. Next, we also have a volume gap that was created after an earnings report. And because of these two technical analysis readings, the stock has been down 17% as of recording. So let's go back to Amazon and see how far down from all-time high is Amazon. So here we're seeing a 7% decline. So is there room for an additional 10%? And let's find out. We'll be around 13%. So let's say 7% down as of now, plus another 7%. I do think this is very plausible, as a 13% decrease would mean that the closing price would have re-entered this volume gap, and the neckline of this double top pattern would have been cut through. And then finally, the RSI divergence would have been fulfilled and correctly suggest a bearish downside move for the stock. My personal goal is to get to 100 shares of Amazon and potentially start selling covered calls. However, in the short term, I could see some further downside ahead for Amazon based on these technical analyses. Amazon wouldn't be a stock that I would buy and sell. However, potential put option play here uh, could be beneficial. However, this is, of course, not financial advice. I'm also curious. Let's check out some price level here, some price level action here. We saw Amazon hit all-time high back in 2021, and then Amazon has returned to that level most recently. We could see some very popular floors and ceilings here, and currently the stock price is at a popular floor and ceiling here around $175. So if we see the stock price break through 175, then that will add a lot more confluence to this equation and we'll most likely see Amazon fall to around 164. However, in the long term, I'm very happy with Amazon. Amazon's going to obviously benefit from the AI hype with their AWS and cloud services. And then, of course, they also provide the Amazon Prime entertainment and shipping goods services. So, all around, I'm happy with Amazon. Personally, I am increasing my position in Amazon as time goes on. However, in the short term, I could see some downside and volatility ahead. What do you think about Amazon? Are you buying or selling Amazon? Let me know in the comments down below. I always appreciate the comments and watching this channel. Let me know if there's any other stocks that you would love to see talked about. And I will see you guys in the next one.